Greetings, everyone. On today's session, we're going to solve question 2. This question is from a June exam, grade 11, that was written in 2009, paper 1. So, in the first question, 2.1, say if 3 is one of the root of the equation, so we are given an equation. So, in this equation, 3 is part of the root. So, let me write 2.1, 2.1. So in 2.1, we have 2.1.1. So we have 2x squared minus 3x equals to negative k. So they tell us that 3 is one of the root of the equation. So it means that we have to substitute 3 in the x value. So because it's part of the root, it means we have to substitute x into this equation for us to solve the value of k, right? So when we substitute the value of x, which is 3, we will have 2. So instead of x, we'll have 3. We square this, and then minus 3. And then instead of x here, we also put 3 here. So all equals to negative k. So this we can simplify. So 2 multiplied by 3 to the power 2. 3 to the power 2, we know that it's 9. So 9 multiplied by 2, it will give you 18. And then negative 3 multiplied by 3, it will give you negative 9. So all this will equals to negative k. So we can see that k will equals to negative 9. Okay, so we have found our value for k. So moving forward to 2.1.2. So the question says we have to calculate the value of the other root. So now that we found a root, or we're given a root of 3, we can determine the other root. So we know the value of k. We'll just copy this equation, minus 3x, and then we know the value of k. K is negative 9. When we substitute it here, it will be positive 9 because uh, k is negative. So negative times negative, it's positive. So it will be positive 9 when we substitute it here. So we just have to make sure that this equation, it's in its standard form. That's the next step. So this is the standard form of this quadratic equation. So the next step here is to find the factors. So for 2x squared, we have 2x and x. And then for negative 9, we can have 3 and 3. So we know that since the sign here is negative, so we'll have negative and positive. So the only trick here is to determine where we put our negative. So we must make sure where we put our negative, when we simplify this, we must get the same answer as this. So we can put the negative here and the positive here, such that 2x times x is 2x squared, and then 2x times negative 3 is negative 6x, and then 3 times x will give you positive x, and when we add negative 6x and plus 3x, you'll get negative 3x. This is the negative 3x, and then 3 times negative 3, you'll have uh, negative 9. So these are our correct factors. So solving for x, we have 2x plus 3 equal to 0, or x minus 3 equal to 0. So the value for x here will have x equals to 3, negative 3 divided by 2, or x will equal to 3. Okay, so moving forward, we have 2.2 asks us to solve 2.2 simultaneously. So it's simultaneous equation. Okay, so let me write it here. So we have 2.2. Let me write 2.2 here. 2.2. So in 2.2, we need to solve these equations simultaneously. The first equation that we have here, we have 2 equals to x minus 2y, and then also 2 equals to x squared minus 2xy plus 3y squared minus 2. So you can see this is your equation 1. This is your equation 2, right? So the first step here, you have to check the easier equation between 1 and 2. The one that's easier to make x the subject of the formula, you choose that equation. So we can all see that equation 1, it's easier for us to make x the subject of the formula. So from equation 1, we can make x the subject of the formula. X will equal to 2 plus 2y. So this will now be your equation 3. So it's a new equation. So we can substitute this equation 3 into equation 3. We can substitute it into equation 2. This one. This is the equation 2. So when substituting equation 3 into equation 2, we must first copy or write equation 2. So equation 2, we have 2 equal to x squared minus 2xy plus 3y squared minus 2. So we need to substitute the equation 3 into equation 2. So where there is x, we put 2 plus 2y. So let's substitute. So there is x squared here. It means we'll have 2 plus 2y, and then all this will be squared. And then minus 2, where there is x again, we put 2 plus 2y. So we must not forget our y here. And then we have plus 3y squared minus 2. So all we need to do now is to simplify. So 2 plus 2y, we square everything, we get 4 plus 8y plus 4y squared. And then this one, you have negative 2 and y here. When you multiply by 2, you'll have negative 4y. And then negative 2 times 2y, and there's y here, you'll have negative 4y squared. And then plus 3y squared minus 2. So the next step here is to group all the like terms. So we can see 2 here. We can group 2 and 4. It will be -4 when it goes to the left hand side. And then also we have another number, which is what? Which is 2. So it will be positive when it goes to the left hand side. So the next one here, we have 4y squared. And then this one minus 4y squared. And we have 3y squared. And the next one, we have 8y plus 8y minus 4y. So it's okay to double check and confirm if everything it's being recorded. So here 2 minus 4 plus 2, we get 0. And then we can see that 4y squared minus 4y squared, this will cancel to be 0. So we'll have 3y squared. And then 8y minus 4y will have plus 4y. So we can see from here, we can, the common factor here, it's y. So we can say y, 3y plus 4 equals to 0. So our value for y will be y equals to 0, or y will be equal to -4 over 3. So we can substitute these values to this equation here so that we find the value of x. So we can substitute the values for y into this equation 3 that we named 3 here, so that we find the values for x. So we can see that x from that equation there, x plus 2 plus 2y, y is now 0 here. So our value for x will be x equal to 2. Or here, x will be 2 plus 2. And then for our value for y, we have -4 over 3, right? We have -4 over 3. So we just need to simplify this. We'll find our value for x as it will be 6 minus 4, which is what? Which will be 2 divided by 3. So that's your final answer there. So your final answer here, x will be equal to 2 over 3. Okay, moving forward to the next question. The next question, we have to simplify the number that is rooted here, the fourth root of the number that's inside here. So in order for us to simplify, first let's copy the question. So it will be, this is 2.3. So is the fourth root of 3 to the power x multiplied by 9 to the power x plus 1 all divided by 27 to the power x plus 2. So here your attention to detail is very important. So you must pay attention to detail, because one mistake you can get everything wrong. So these are exponents. So we need to apply the rules for exponents. So before we apply the rule, we can write this root 4 here as 3 to the power x, 9x plus 1, and then we have 27 x plus 2. This root of 4, this can be written as 1 to the power 4. So the fourth root can be written as 1 to the power 4. So the next step here is to apply our BODMAS. We know in our BODMAS we have to first work out what's in the bracket. So we have 3 to the power x. 9 can be written as 3 to the power 2. And then we have x plus 1. 27 can be written as 3 to the power 3. We have x plus 2. Sorry, this is 2. So all we need to do now is to apply the rules for exponents. But we can see here the exponents are multiplying. So we'll have 3 to the power x, 3 to the power 2 times x, we'll have 2x, and then 2 times 1, we'll have plus 2. We also simplify our denominator here. It will be 3 to the power 3 times x will be 3x, and then 3 times 2 will be plus 6. So here we have to apply our exponent rules. So we know when we multiply numbers of the same base, we add the exponent, and when we divide the numbers of the same base, we subtract the exponent. So this will be 3 to the power x. So it's very important to keep this, as I said, attention to detail is very important. I almost made a mistake there by leaving 1 divided by 4, the power there. So you must not you must make sure that you don't do that mistake. But either way, I managed to correct the mistake that I made. Okay, so we'll have x plus 2x plus 2, and then we minus 3x plus, sorry, we also minus 6. So we must not forget our to the power 1 over 4. So we need to just simplify these exponents. So we'll have 3 to the power x plus 2x is 3x. So we can see when we group our like terms, 3x minus 3x will give us 0. So we'll have 2 minus 6. So we'll have 2 minus 6. This will give us negative 4. Okay. And then we have to the power 1 over 4. So what we need to do here is to divide the exponents, is to multiply the exponents, sorry. So negative 4 times 1 over 4 will have 3 to the power negative 1. So we can see our final answer will be 1 over 3. So moving forward to 2.4. So what we basically need to do on 2.4, we need to determine the values for m for which this equation, which is 2x squared plus mx equals to 5x plus 8, has two roots of equal magnitude but of opposite sign. So this is the clue what you need to do. So you need to think of an equation of, or a quadratic equation of two of two roots of equal magnitude but opposite sign. What I can quickly think of is this one, x squared minus 1, right, equals to 0. We know this is the same as x plus 1, x minus 1 equals to 0. So we'll have x equals to negative 1 or x equals to 1. So we can see here this equation has two roots of equal magnitude. So negative 1 and 1, they are equal in size, but they have different signs, right? Or opposite signs. So it has to be something like this. So you need to also remember how to write a quadratic equation into its standard form. So writing the quadratic equation to its standard form, so it's ax squared plus bx plus c. So this is how to write the quadratic equation into its standard form. So in this case, we can see here, this is, okay, let me change it now. This is ax to the power 2, ax to the power 2, and then the c here, it's here, which is a constant, negative 1, right? But we don't have bx, so bx equals to 0, right? So we must make sure when we write this equation into its standard form, we must ensure that bx equal to 0, right? So let's write this equation into its standard form. Okay, we have what? We have 2. Okay, let me change the color of the. Okay, we have 2x squared plus mx equals to 5x plus 8. So let's write it into a standard form. We'll have 2x squared plus mx minus 5x minus 8, all equal to 0. So we can see, according to the standard form for the quadratic equation, we have what? We have this. This will equal, this is the same as ax squared, right? And then this is the same as what? As bx. And then this is the same as what? As c, right? Okay. So moving forward, we know that our bx has to equal to 0 for us to have what? The roots of equal magnitude but opposite signs. So this has to equal to 0, right? So, okay, let me change the color. So m x minus 5x will have to equal to 0, right? Because it's bx. Bx has to equal to 0. So we need to uh, determine the value of m here. So we have a common factor here, which is x. Take out the common factor, we'll have x in bracket m minus 5. So we'll have this will equal to 0. So we'll have x equals to 0 or m equals to 5, which we are looking for because they asked us to determine the values of m. So our value of m is what? It's 5. Okay, thank you, learners. I hope you understand everything. If you don't understand, you can type the questions that you have in your comment section. I will try to attend to your query promptly. Enjoy your day. Goodbye.